trying to do what everybody else doing, just cause everybody doing what they all do. If one thing I know, I fall but I grow. I'm walking down this road of mine, this road that I go home. So am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see?
All right, hello 7th graders. We're going to do Unit 2. We are finally out of that geography unit, and we're going to use those skills as we go through our history units. So you're going to need to set up your ISN data binder, your ISN and your data binder. And this unit is going to be called Migration and the First People. So we're going to get to look at Native Americans, the Aztecs and the Mayans, and of course the land bridge and coastal route theory, which you took your pretest on. So first we're going to start off looking at our pretest results and your post-test results for the HEI test you took. So, data binder setup, you're going to go to Canvas, go to American History, link it portal. Your username is your ID number, not your email. Password is capital first initial, so mine would be an M for Maggie. Lowercase last name initial, so Martin's would be a lowercase m, and then your ID number. Right, so I'll show you that all right, once I'm in Linkit, I'm going to go to the Linkit portal, and then it's going to be ID number, and then the password. Mine would be MM because I'm Maggie Martins, and then my ID number. All right, once you were logged in, you're going to go to the reporting and then test results. View all, then it should be social studies. And remember, as you're watching this video, you're pausing, doing a step, then hitting play again. You're not just continually watching this video. All right, the first thing we're going to look at is your Unit 1 Geography HEI post-test. So that should be at the top. And this tells you your percent overall, and you're going to hit details and topics. And then you always come down to this item threshold and bump it down to 1 every single time you come in. That should be a habit. This shows you how you did on each of those DOK 3, 1 through 3, and your score and the class average. So now you're going to fill in your data binder. So if you don't remember how to do that, you're going to go to your email, and then you're going to go to the boxes, select your Google Drive. Now, you should have made a folder that says 7th grade data folders. If you didn't follow directions in the last video, then you need to find where it is or search it. A good idea for searching could be data. Make sure that it is your history binder, not your ELA, math, or science. It could also be history, whatever works for you. Once you have found your folder, you're going to open it. And we're on test 2. So we look at our test score overall. Then we go back to that document, and in test 2, you type your percent. And now you can see how much you improved. There was a ton of 100s in this group. There's a lot of good grades. Nice job. Then you guys already have this filled out. We're actually not going to do the C1 standard. So you had your pre-test filled in for the D1. Now you need your post-test. So the rule is you have to have a 50% or greater to be that rating. So an example would be if you have a DOK 1 50%, DOK 2 67%, DOK 3 is a 33%, then you're a rating of a 2. If you had 50 or greater all the way up, it would be a rating of a 3. If your DOK level for your 1 is under 50%, so let's say it's 33, even if you have 100% on the 3, your rating is a 1 because you did not meet that DOK 1 threshold of 50%. However, that means that once you kind of refresh that, maybe your reassessment will not be that difficult for you to do. Okay. So this person, they have over 50 for DLK1, over 50 for DLK2, over 50 for DLK3, so it's easy to say that they are a 3 right now. So we go into the data binder and D1 post, you're going to put a 3. You can delete these. If you would like. And you'll notice it showed up down here. Now, if you are not a 3, you are a 1 or a 2, then you need to scroll down to the reassessments. Now, you may already have a reassessment filled in, so you can go to the next one. But the standard we're working on, we can go back up and copy that if we need to. So copy that. And then the standard, we're going to paste it in there. Now, you are able to pick an activity. Last time I gave you worksheets for a lot of the higher level stuff that's not just labeling a map. It's going to be up to you. So that could be, maybe you make a video like this where you made slides and now you talk about it and you send me that video file. You can use QuickTime screen recording to do that. Maybe you create your own worksheet or find a worksheet on there, do some practice. Maybe you take Cornell notes over the textbook reading on that section. There are a lot of options. You can pick what you do. However, you're not just doing it. You're doing it to relearn and master that standard again because you need to get up to a 3. Because remember, a 1 is a D. So you don't want to be a 1. You want to work towards those 2s and 3s, preferably sooner rather than later. So you would type in the activity you want to do. If it changes later, that's fine. Just update it. But maybe I want to do a QuickTime video pretending to be teaching this lesson on HEI. And then your result is where you will come back and you will say, after you've retaken that test, you would say, I scored, maybe you're at a 1, now you're at a DOK2. So does that mean you can never go back and redo something? You can always go back because I will give you different questions, different tests, and you can work on that. Now, if you're a DOK2 and you want to do a reassessment, which you need to because you're working for a 3, you don't have to redo all the other questions. You'll just take the DOK3 section. So maybe kind of think about DOK3 questions, and that could be the activity that you work on. All right, now that we're done looking at this test, you're going to go back to test results, and you're going to find your land bridge pre-unit 2. You're going to, again, make sure threshold is 1, hit topics, pops up with them. And now you need to find your data binder because we need to add slides in. So the first thing you need to do is go to that copy of the template, which is going to be data binder copy in Canvas, and click the link, and it will take you to a version that you're unable to edit. But if you go to the bottom, then there are new tabs that you can add. So we're going to click the Unit 2 First People tab, 2-finger click that, and you're going to hit Copy To, and you're going to find your data binder again, which it's in 7th grade data folders if you follow directions, and hit Select. So now my Unit 2 First People tab is in there, and I want to do that Citing Evidence tab as well. So 2-finger click, Copy To, find my data folder, the folder I want, make sure it's history, not ELA, and hit Select. Right? So now I can close out of that, and I can go to my data binder that I've labeled. All right, you need to do a quick check with me that you got that saved correctly before you move on. So raise your hand and I'll come over and just check it off for you. And then you can replay this video. And you will notice at the bottom, it pops up. But I did this previously, but I can delete that copy of if you would like. You're welcome to do that. So we're looking at test 1, which is land bridge, and a unit 1 pre-test score. Okay, I have my overall test score right here, which was 7%. So in my pre-test, I typed 7%. Now I need to fill in my pre-rating for my standard, which if I go back to my Linkit scores, I look at DOK 1, 2, and 3 land bridge, and I see that none of them are over 50%. Remember, if I had a 50% DOK 2 and a 0 or less than 50% in my 1, I can't be that. So I have to have a percent all the way up to the rating that I'm at. Some people may have a 67% or higher with DOK 3 because they got the citing evidence questions. But if you don't have ratings for 1 and 2, or you have below 50% for those, you're not a 3. Okay, so this person would be a 1. So I typed into E pretest a 1. Now I'm going to look at my citing evidence tab. Okay. You're going to keep track of all of your citing evidence throughout the year, and you need to work on putting in your beginning of the year score, which is going to be from this pretest. So if you notice, it had citing evidence as one of the topics, and here are going to be the rules for your ratings of citing evidence. All right, 0 to 49 is a 1, 50 to 66 is a 2, 67 to 85 would be a 3, and finally 86 to 100 would be a 4. So I notice that I have a 0 here, so I put a 1 in my beginning of the year citing evidence. As we go throughout the year, we'll update it. All right, pause and play the video when you're done with that. All right, you need that tab sheet where we had added tab 1, and you're going to get that out. It should be in the white milk crates. If it is not, I did make a couple copies on the front table, but you need to keep that in your folder from now on because I'm not going to make copies again because I've given out twice now. So I'll show you the sheet that it looks like just in case you... All right, here's that sheet, and we are looking at that number 2 tab, not the number 12. Some people mixed up 1 and 11 last time. So you're going to cut that second tab out. All right, it should look like this. Some people wanted to cut this part off. That's totally fine. It's up to you. You are going to color it green, and you can use the markers if you'd like. It can be this... Okay. It can be this lime green or the darker green marker that's in there. So again, as long as it's green. So I know some people wanted to just color the white part, some wanted to just color the number. That's fine. Do whatever you'd like. All right, now it should be cut out. And you are going to tape it to page 37. So we had our... All right, so it's on page 37. And... Sorry, camera's being weird. Okay, and you'll notice I've kind of put it so that I can see my first tab, my second tab, and we'll keep going throughout the year. All right, now you are going to label your cover page, and let me show you what it looks like, and then I'll come back to this so you can easily see it. All right, so I will go back to that typed version, but I wrote Unit 2, and then I have my A, B, and C, the 3 things we're going to talk about. So here is that. That's what you'll write on the page. So pause this video and replay it once you're done with that. All right, now we're going to go to page 38, and you are going to create a concept map. Notice the colors. You need to use color on your concept map. I would turn my paper over sideways, like this. It's normally like that. Turn it over, and that way you can draw your concept map. So in the middle you would start, and it's going to be upside down for you right now. Be migration, and then I draw some arrows down, and land bridge, coastal route. Circle those as well. And then I would color them the appropriate color. And I will go back to that typed version for you to finish. So then I would color the land bridge purple, coastal route orange, and I would draw the rest of this map. All right, go ahead and pause and do that. When you are done, move on. All right. Next thing is the Unit 2 standards. This sheet is up on the front table. It looks like this. And you are going to cut it out. Cut out this side all the way up. Leave the title on there. I wouldn't have typed it if I didn't want you to have it. And then over, down, and it should fit. All right, and this is going to go on page 39. And a lot of people last time asked me about writing in the standards on each page. And this sheet of paper and keeping up with your table of contents means that I don't have to make you write on the page because you have it in your table of contents and on this page. All right, so this is page 39, and I have that taped in there, really easy. All right, finally, page 40, which is just that next page, you're gonna flip it over, and you are gonna write vocabulary at the top of page 40, which looks like this. All right, see? There, nice and easy, quick. All right, pause and do that if you need to. Finally, if you're done with this video and we still have class time, here are your options. You can work on any reassessments. This can be for continents and oceans, which is A1, latitude and longitude, which would be B1, or HEI, which would be D1. Right? You must go in order. You can't skip around. Right? Have a really great day. You guys are awesome.
That's just